Okay, so pointing at dots. First and foremost, do your geography class. B and C, or excuse me, B and E, C and F, D and G. This is the 9th fret, this is the 10th fret. This is going to all be me playing and you just sitting there. So just all that stuff really quick. Where's the 10th fret? Where's the 9th fret? Just get all that over with. And like I'm saying, make it like a geography test. Where's D? Where's F? Where's B? Randomize it so that you don't rely on thinking about this to get to that. Specifically with the 7th fret, B and E, C and F, D and G, since we all know the 12th fret by accident and kind of learned these by accident as well. Kick-ass. So we're playing every single note available to us in the C major scale, which is no sharps, no flats. And that is going to involve a fingering that starts on every note in the scale. We're starting, the first one starts on F, the subsequent one will start on G. We're starting with the very first fretted note on the instrument. Here's C while we're at it. So there's the part. We're gonna hit everything available to us, simulating I'm playing in C here. Cool, so it says 2nd fret, that means bink, 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 bink. This is fingering number 1, 2nd fret. And then, oh look, there's a 1. So you reach for it and do that. So,
what do you mean, oh look, there's a 1?
Like on the page, it's going to be like 2nd fret.
Oh.
And then there's going to be a circled number 1, so the reach note. And that's what the circled notes are, reaches. So there we go. Now look at this shape of this. We're going to do both ways, and it's going to depend on the context here. On the subsequent 2 strings, we're doing that, so it totally makes sense to do the one that's more intuitive for you. There we go. Don't come back down the pattern until you've memorized it. Everybody wants to come right back down the first time, and I'm by no means suggesting don't come back down scales. I'm just saying go down 2 to 4 times more than you'd normally be inclined to. Then coming back up will just be like a formality. So that's, just like kind of grouping the info in the right order, memorize it, then coming back down it'll be easy. So I'm not saying like 82 times where you just go all the way through it and stop, but just enough times. Everybody wants to come right back down the first time. I literally mean like 2 to 4 more times. And this is again just in the interest of getting this fingering number 1 as an autonomous concept in your head. And you also want to retain that this one was called fingering number 1. So the state capital analogy. I played all these notes. It makes me think about pointing here. What it says on the other page is for each one of these you want to play all the notes, which is like what I was just doing, and it suggests that you might say C or root in your head when you get to C on the bass strings, not every C. And then you want a Pavlovian instantly point to ear, or be able to start playing on C, which is always kind of sonically satisfying, aurally satisfying, in that you can hear that it's actually the C major scale. So, 1, I play all the dots, I'm just thinking about a hand movement, makes me think about pointing there, or you can start playing on C and go through the whole thing, doesn't change anything else about the pattern. Number 2 is also, we're at the 4th fret, reaching back, going G, A, B, and then therefore C is. Skipping through that because moving on to the other type of fingering. Pinky reaches. So our next one's at the 5th fret, number 3. And here it was, there's some notes in C, some notes in C, now we're just at A, B, C. And this is the one where we kind of had some how does that work? We're allowed to orient around our pinky. Just as much as moving around, your index finger on the bass string. Anyway, so we're going 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, reach, 5, 7. Anyway, there you go. This one's way more of a comfortable guitar-y type fingering, especially if you omit that weird B, which you can kind of do, learn it as a formality, but then you can kind of cease to play it after that, as the majority of the time you're pretty much not going to go to it. It's the biggest clinker to land on as a long tone, a dominant 7. But anyway, there we go. So there's your pinky reach. So you're going, this is fingering 3, I'm at the 5th fret. Not going to have index reaches, going to have all normal, comfortable notes. And this one unpleasant moment, the rest of it's just totally no. And this is the one that overlaps our main pentatonic 1 box, which you've probably thought about as A minor pentatonic. It's also the C major pentatonic. Anyway, so same concepts. I am playing fingering number 3. Makes me think about pointing there, and that's C. If I blindly played this fingering at some fret, I'd be playing an A in this instance. chords. So whether I illustrate that by doing this or look, I am playing A's, C sharp, C, it just works. So this is no different. The next one we're gonna do is the one that everybody knows, where if you got your middle finger on C and we're recognizing the B's in there, but this is the one we already knew before we met. And then it's like, how do you play that in G? Well, man, you just do what we were just talking about with this one is the same exact concept. How do I play this in A? Boom, play the same shit, it works. So we're allowed to, orient around our pinky if we're just not as used to it. And anyway, the task this time is just memorize them in C, understanding that it's going to get all matrix next time. So then, so there was our first incident of no reaches, the one you already knew, number 4. Then we have one that's more index reaches back to this guy, and that's the one that literally started with C. So then we got to number 6, where I suggested you kind of go and then start playing it so it doesn't sound right. So this one is the one that most heavily features that pinky reach, and the 3 bottom strings are kind of a bummer, and then you get to the very playable, tear-upable top part. And in the long run, you probably won't go to those pinky notes a lot, and what's more, you just won't use this one as often as 3 or 4, which are both really killable fingerings. This one's a little more awkward. So yeah, not equal opportunity, but we have to learn all of them to be able to do this thing we're doing. And then there's 7, where we're at the 12th fret, it's no reaches. This is the one where I had you figure it out on your own. There's where the root is. It's all just comfortable under my finger stuff. So, how do I play this in D? Same exact thing. How do I play in D here? Where's D? There's D. I'm going to play number 7, just poking at the larger concept. But
you're just picking a random shape.
Indeed. Yeah, right. Totally. Then that's what we're going to build for you everywhere with the thing we do next time is just how do I play in A? There's A. Right. Or how do I play in E? There's E. 7. It's the same shit everywhere. So that rest assured that is exactly what we're going to do next time, and it's just going to be Festival of Epiphanies. But just learn these and see this time really well, including that play and point, we're starting on the root, and then just learn that's going to be the crux of everything else. The next step isn't, and here's how you do it in G. The next step is, look, you can just do everything everywhere, just point to notes and shit. And it won't just go intellectually now appreciate that you can move to this. We'll have this like perfect exercise to get you all matrixed up, where instead of I know Kung Fu, it goes I can play major scale X and fret Y.